The long-awaited live-action Ghost in the Shell movie finally came out in the US, and it was a major bomb. It opened here just this past weekend, and can you guess it? This Ghost in the Shell movie came in 3rd place. It made a grand total of $18.6 million, not even $19 million. It's only made worse by the fact that it got beat out by Boss Baby and Beauty and the Beast. Those two made $50 and $45 million each. So really, the Boss friggin' Baby made more money. It not only made more money, it made more than double. That's pretty embarrassing. Also, you gotta keep in mind that this was projected to make anywhere from 30 to 40 million right before it opened. So it ended up making only half that. I should also mention that it did make around 40 million in the foreign box office. This Ghost in the Shell movie notably has not yet opened in its home country, Japan, or even the other huge place, China. But I'll get back to why these places are important. Before that, let's get to the juicy stuff. Why did this Ghost in the Shell live action movie bomb? The most obvious reason you might be thinking of was the whitewashing controversy. Yeah, that whitewashing issue definitely hurt this movie. At least in the US, that possibly kept a good chunk of people away. But I don't see this being the entire reason. A second key reason was just that this movie wasn't that good. And I'm being very generous with that. As a comparison, I'm sure you recall another huge recent movie with the whitewashing controversy, Doctor Strange. Leading up to that movie's release, there was also similar controversy related to the ancient one being whitewashed. And then Doctor Strange unfortunately also bombed super hard. Oh wait, it didn't. Doctor Strange ended up making almost 700 million worldwide. So what's the difference? One of these movies was awesome, and the other one sucked major balls. The funny thing is, you don't hear anyone complaining about the past whitewashing issue for Doctor Strange, do you? Why is that? Well, as the saying goes, if you win, all will be forgiven. And Doctor Strange did just that. Doctor Strange was a pretty awesome movie. Even if you didn't love it, I'm sure you at least liked it. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about this Ghost in the Shell movie. As a comparison, Doctor Strange right now is sitting at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ghost in the Shell has a 44%. And honestly, after seeing it, I'm a bit surprised it's even that high. I could guarantee you that if Ghost in the Shell was well made and mostly liked, this whole whitewashing issue would have been minimized and possibly just gone away. But anyway, there's one more key thing that went against this Ghost in the Shell movie, and that's just all the other heavy hitters that opened right before it. At the beginning of March, we had the huge hit Logan, that was then followed up by King Kong the next week. Beauty and the Beast opened after that, and even Power Rangers opened up the week before Ghost in the Shell. Keep in mind this doesn't include all other small movies opening up too. That's just so many huge movies opening up around the same time. And just from a personal experience, I went ahead and did ask around before Ghost in the Shell came out. I was wondering how many people actually had it on their list to see in theaters. One of the common things I saw from most people was them saying instantly no. So it was an immediate no, but why? The reason was simple. They had already gone to see one or two of these other movies before it. I think this is pretty same for most people too. I mean personally, I love seeing movies in theaters, but most people in general don't seem to go to the movies this often, especially not so close together. So back to the original question, why did this Ghost in the Shell movie bomb? It all began with this Ghost in the Shell movie just not being a good movie. Most people that did want to see it already saw it the opening weekend. Anyone else that was left on the fence was either kept away by this whitewashing controversy, the low ratings for the movie, or the fact that they had already gone to see so many movies beforehand. It could have also been a nasty combination of all three. Right now, this Ghost in the Shell movie stands at around 60 mil worldwide. The question I'll ask you is, can this Ghost in the Shell movie be saved? Well, let's see. The budget for this movie was 110 million, so it's gotta make at least double that amount to break even. The marketing budget for a movie like this would probably be around 50 million. Let's just be conservative and go with 30 million. So this means in total, this Ghost in the Shell movie needs to make around 250 million just to break even. Right now it's at about 60 million. So this just means it's a lost cause, right? Well, only time will tell. But there may actually be a chance. It's really all going to be up to the overseas box office. Let me tell you about a similar movie to this one from a few years ago. Yes, I'm talking about Lucy. Lucy was another movie starring Scarlet Johansson, and it was kind of a dumb movie, although people did rate it higher. In total, this movie made almost $500 million worldwide, considering that Ghost in the Shell has not opened in his home country Japan, or even China yet. There's still some hope left. It actually opens up in China and Japan this weekend. We'll see what happens. But anyway, you might be thinking, why should this Ghost in the Shell movie even be saved? Good question. Honestly, I kind of doubt that a sequel for this movie would even be made, even if it did end up making a little money for the studio. But as for a reason why this Ghost in the Shell movie should be saved, I could only really give you my personal feelings regarding this. The issue with this Ghost in the Shell movie being a failure is that it may keep American companies from adapting future anime projects into live action. I could already hear some of you yelling, but that's a good thing. They've already failed with Dragon Ball Evolution, and now this. There's no reason for anime to be made into live action. And maybe they shouldn't, but that's a topic I'll save for a future video. Right now, I do still have some hope. I haven't given up just yet. There are still a couple of upcoming future anime live action movies that are coming soon. Those will help test the waters again. The one coming out very soon is that Death Note Netflix movie that's coming out this summer. Everyone already seems to have mixed feelings about that one, myself included. The one I really have a lot of hope for is Battle Angel Aleta that's coming out in July of next year. This one is a $200 million budget movie, and the one producing it is James Cameron. So once again, I definitely have hope for this one. If that one is a filler too, I think I might give up. But besides this big potential, I should also mention the live action Naruto movie that's being produced by Lionsgate. No release date on this one just yet. But anyway, this one a little longer than I expected, so let me end it by asking for your own thoughts on this. How did you feel about this Ghost in the Shell movie? And if you didn't see it, which one of the 3 reasons mentioned kept you away from it? And finally, am I alone on this? Or does anyone else also have some hope in seeing a live action anime movie succeed? I would love to hear what you guys think about this, so definitely write it down below. If you did enjoy this type of video, definitely give this anime video a like. It helps out the channel a ton. Subscribe for more anime videos and more anime content, and I'll see you guys later.